Hello, welcome to Valerian Bay. I wanted to talk to you about something that's quite controversial potentially today, but I just wanted to put it out there as a bit of a conversation. So if you do actually want to drop any comments as I'm talking about this in the comments box to discuss this further, that would be lovely, as long as they're, polite and fairly diplomatic. So, I have worked in male-dominated environments for over 20 years, one of those being the construction industry and a lot of time in rail. And I'm quite an open and non-judgmental person. I think it's quite easy to feel like you can trust me, so a lot of people have conversations with me. Alongside that, I've also been doing a lot of therapies with men over the last several years. And what I have noticed in society recently is that in a way to try and encourage the empowerment of women, which I'm truly on board with because I am identifying as female, I am biologically female, so empowerment is a big deal for me. And also, as I just said, I've spent 20 years in a male-dominated environment, in the corporate environment, in the procurement function, so up to director level, so dealt with all different peoples at different levels. But I have noticed that there is kind of a put down element happening around men in society. Men are generally being identified as the bad guys. Now, I'm not saying that all men and women are good, or that there are men that aren't doing things that, from a behaviour perspective, are considered bad. However, from my perspective, all people on this planet are souls, and all souls on this planet should be empowered and enabled to have the best possible life that they can. And what I have noticed from more in-depth conversations with many different men in different environments, different jobs, is that on the whole there is a large degree of insecurity, lacking in confidence and low self-esteem in men of the Western world is generally what I've dealt with. So that might be men living in North America area, or Britain, or Australia. Now, the more that we push to belittle and make men feel like they're bad, the worse this is going to get. So, I wanted to consider the pain bodies of history. So, both men and women have certain pain bodies that travel through history. So obviously women have recognised that over time they've been suppressed, they haven't had equality, they haven't had opportunities, they've been misused, mistreated, but I think often we also fail to recognise that this has happened in certain ways for men as well. So men over the past, several centuries have pushed to develop society, to improve technology, to create better ways of living, and also have sacrificed a lot of who they are. So, for example, in wars, in fights, for the best good of all, for the future of society and humanity. So drop me a comment to tell me what you're thinking about all this, because I love a conversation, an objective conversation to understand this sort of thing. I just wanted to put out there that I hope that people recognise that we are all souls on this planet, and that we're all aiming for equality, and that we all have what could be considered good or bad within us. And that we are all fighting pain bodies of the past. So there are certain experiments that were done with mice that showed that if something distressing happened to a mouse, that 4 generations through that mouse down the line, they would still react to the same situation that had happened to a parent or grandparent, great-great-grandparent it'll be, back then. That same element is within us. So the way that men and women have both been mistreated in previous times, centuries ago, will have travelled through each of the different ancestral lines to now. So try to view people with more compassion. Try to notice that when somebody is trying their best, even if it doesn't seem like it's their best to you, that might be the best that it is for them. If you want to work with me as a life coach to clear away ancestral issues, any pain, anger, resentment, sadness, hurt that you might be covering up by trying to put on a mask, which I know a lot of people do because I've worked with a lot of people who are doing that, or if you're having health issues like high blood pressure and things like that that are potentially caused by the suppression of all your emotions to continue to do the right thing, pop onto my website www.valerianbaycoaching.com. I can work with you anywhere in the world. We can start to clear certain emotional restrictions and help you to get more in alignment with your soul, which will bring you more joy and happiness and enable you to live in a more authentic way with who you are. Take care. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.